Thanks for joining us now at noon. I'm Tracy Hutchins. A bittersweet victory for the Atlanta Braves after their dominant win in Game 1 of the World Series.
He wanted to keep going, because he was down in the tunnel and he was thrown against the wall, and it said, it's just kind of hurts more when I run. I feel good when I throw.
That is manager Brian Snitker talking about Charlie Morton. The starting pitcher is out for the rest of the series after fracturing a bone in his leg. Team coverage on this Tuesday at noon. Well, we begin in Houston, where Rob Hughes is drying off after severe weather just passed through that area. Rob?
Yeah, I can tell you it's still wet out here, Tracy. The Braves fans, they were buzzing last night, probably buzzing this morning too, but you wouldn't know it because they're probably in the comfort of their own hotel rooms right now. That's because we've been under a tornado warning here in the Houston Metro for most of the morning now. And the local meteorologists are saying that we could see tornado warnings through 4 p.m. in the surrounding counties in the Metro. We have our own expert meteorologist, Ella Dorsey, back in the CBS 46 studio. Ella, what are we dealing with here?
Yeah, so here's some good news for you, Rob. The rain and the storms are actually moving out of Houston. You can see that main line now pushing into Louisiana. You can see the area in red. That is a tornado watch that has now been canceled for the Houston area. And by the time the game starts tonight, we should be under clear skies with dry conditions. So the weather will not have an impact. Anyone who will be at the game, it will be nice. But this system is going to impact game 3 and 4 right here at home. I will have much more on that in our local forecast coming up here in a bit. First, though, I'm going to send it back to Rob. Rob?
All right, Ella, thanks. Good to know that first pitch tonight will not be impacted, of course, and not just because of the rain, but also because the Astros play under a roof. So the good news is, even if it was raining, we wouldn't be dealing with it. Of course, in Game 1 of the World Series last night, it was raining home runs for the Braves.
Here's one slammed into left field.
The Braves' bats stayed hot in Game 1 of the World Series. Jorge Soler hit the first leadoff home run in the top of the first inning in World Series history. 5 runs in the first 3 innings, capped off by a 2-run homer from Adam Duvall.
Get into left and gone. 5-0 Atlanta.
That's what started the whole game. That's what started the tempo of the game and got everybody going. I think that's what, got the momentum going.
It wasn't all good news for the Braves. In the bottom of the second inning, starting pitcher Charlie Morton was hit by a 102-mile-an-hour line drive. He tried to shake it off, got a couple more Astros out before ultimately leaving the game.
Just the fact that he wanted to keep going. I mean, they were x-raying him, and that's Charlie. I mean, he wants to be on this stage, and God bless him. I hate it for him.
The Braves announced later in the game Morton had a fractured right fibula and will miss the rest of the World Series. Legendary toughness from Morton. He threw 16 pitches after he broke his leg, but couldn't go on.
That's not good, because he's a big part of what the Braves do. He's their #1 starter right now, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they got to figure something else out, but they got a lot of capable guys, so we'll see what happens.
We will indeed see what happens. Of course, Game 2 set for 7:09 local time tonight. 6-2 was the final score, and it was a tough scene on the other side of the coin for Astros fans. We caught some video of them walking out of Minute Maid Ballpark with 2 innings left to go. We had a saxophone player out there playing the blues for the Astros fans. One of the best feelings in the world as a sports fan is seeing the opposing team's fans leave for the exits early because they know their team has no chance of coming back. I can tell you it was a very different story, though, at the Battery last night. The Braves fans stayed till the final out. We know this entire postseason run, the Battery has been an absolute party. We expect that to continue tonight and then really crank up for Games 3, 4, and possibly Game 5 this weekend. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We find our own Trayson Bragg, who's continuing our team coverage from Truist Park. Trayson, what do you have for us?
Well, Rob, you're talking about fans and watch parties. Take a look. We're hours away from the watch party, but some fans already claiming their spot, setting up because, hey, they want to make sure they get their lucky spot, and they're going to be watching the game up on that screen. Of course, there was a watch party last night, and fans were excited and elated here watching their team get the big win, 6-2. CBS 46 sports reporter Emily Gagnon caught up with Braves fans living their best lives at the Battery after a big World Series Game 1 win.
We are excited, enthusiastic.
The Braves got up early and kept rolling to a 6-2 win over the Astros. Game 2 tonight will also be played in Houston, but Games 3 through 5 will be played right here at Truist Park, and Cobb County has some big plans. The county says they plan on spending around $350,000 on security measures to ensure the safety of all fans who attend the game. The added security presence just won't be felt inside Truist Park. The county says they will also have technology that will monitor activity around the ballpark. They will also be monitoring nearby traffic cameras.
The fans that come down to these events to know that we are working very hard to make this nothing but a positive experience.
And again, remember, another watch party tonight for Game 2. So if you're a Braves fan, come on out. You see where you can watch the game. There's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of fun as we all cheer on the Braves in Game 2. Rob, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Trayson, thanks. Good stuff there. Can't wait to see what happens in Game 2 tonight. And if they were to somehow pull off a win, wouldn't that be something? Potentially closing out the World Series back home in Atlanta this weekend. Can't wait for that. Also, a pretty neat deal. Taco Bell giving away a free taco thanks to Ozzy Albies. He actually stole a base last night in Game 1. He stole second in the first inning. The catcher didn't even throw to second to try to get him out. So that means that fans can get a free taco on November 4th. So how about that? Good news all around. The Braves take Game 1 of the World Series here in Houston, and as a result of Ozzy's stolen base, they get a free taco on November 4th. All good news here in Houston, Tracy. Back to you.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We're all hungry back here in Atlanta, Rob. Thank you. Well, this is just the beginning of the